Whoa.
Three guys and a bear are in week 6 of the season. And here's Coach Prendor.
Hello. Yes, I am here. Thank you, Bird. Here we are.
We should get a stats bird.
We should get a stats bird.
Like a carrier pigeon. Oh man, that'd be like way cooler. Imagine if you had like pigeons that you could send out to Pro Football Reference or ESPN with a stats question, and then a couple hours later you would get a pigeon showing up with your answer.
Or like a bird of your choice.
Yeah. Oh, now we're talking.
It still feeds into Rob just wants medieval football of like knights, scrolls, birds.
Yeah, we were getting into that. Like he said, we need
to bring scrolls back.
I think he just wants joust to replace American football as our nation's pastime, which is arguably better and
who says no?
More safe than
it probably is.
Option. But that's a big step back.
Yeah, it's I mean, still, we could honestly, instead of overtime, just have them joust.
Yeah. Or some chariot races, right? I mean, the stadium's the right size.
Let's go back to Rome.
Hell yeah.
So we have big news.
Big news.
News.
Morgan.
Yep. Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
He's out.
He's out.
He's out.
He's gone.
You're out.
He's out.
You're out of here.
Dude, I want to be a baseball umpire just so I can make those ridiculous sounds when he calls.
It's let's see. Apparently, there's a lot of stuff coming out of this story. So last week, according to this, Eric Mangini predicted Woody Johnson would be pissed off by a loss in London because friends from his time as U.S. ambassador to the U.K. would be in attendance.
Oh no! Don't embarrass him.
They embarrassed him in front of his friends.
Mm.
And then they said, just talk to Robert Saleh, who's beside Woody Johnson, walking to his office and letting him go. Certainly disappointed he wasn't going to be given the opportunity to get things going with what he said is a very good roster.
So what does he call the first 5 weeks?
Yeah, that's a great point. Then they said Robert Saleh considered firing Nathaniel Hackett prior to getting his own firing.
Mm-hmm.
And now it appears that Robert Saleh, people are thinking was fired because he was going to fire Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah. Okay. So can I also give you guys some contextual information?
Please do.
The Jets have, I believe, only fired one head coach in their entire history, and this, the history stretches back to like the AFL, right? Before it came to the AFC. So only one coach in their entire history mid-season. I don't know. There's some other elements to this that have been reported on. Something that Saleh was wearing at one point recently. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't think this podcast is the place to get into it, especially considering that it's not. It's not necessarily. It seems like there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah,
because the thing to me that is odd, that makes it a little bit weird, is that Nathaniel Hackett did not get fired as well. However, you do also have on the other hand, you have the fact that Hackett is only there for Rodgers. So is Rodgers internally like going to bat for Hackett? I don't know, right? Like that's not we don't know what's going on in the internals of the organization. At the same time, like we don't know what was going on in the internals of the organization with him and the GM and the owner, and whatever. Dude, I don't know, man. Like this is like this. All of this, I would just say, seems very stinky of Johnson doing a putting his face in.
That's a
and now
a stinky
Johnson
face
right
in.
He's putting his stinky face in, and he's putting his face in his butt, and he's putting them both in. He's butting them in.
Doing that.
Yeah, and no, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, look, I have no great love for Robert Saleh as a head coach.
Right.
So I'm optimistic, but I mean, we also we put Ulbrich, our defensive coordinator, in as the interim head coach. So I don't know. If you do that at week 5, I kind of feel like you're just punting on the season overall, aren't you?
It's a little too early to punt on the season when you're fucking 2-3.
They're a game out of first place.
That's what
if they win this weekend, they're in first place.
That's why I mean, remember Gase? Remember fucking Bowles? I mean, neither of them it wasn't even a whiff of them going in the middle of the season. That's why I'm saying it's a very strange.
I mean,
maybe Woody Johnson changed his mind or something about this whole thing.
This to me reeks of Aaron Rodgers got this
maybe
done. Like
that's what I mean. There's so many angles of like how this could have happened this way, but it's very strange. It's strange for the Jets organization, period, and it's also just Woody Johnson's never done it. Like, so it's, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's all weird.
Well, here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers is like, they brought Aaron Rodgers here because they're like, you're a quarterback that knows how to do things, and you've won, and we don't have that. And so he came here, and then last year it was like, whatever, because he's just sitting at home the whole year. But this year, you could tell he's probably like, I hate this shit. Like, you could probably tell he's like furious. Like, even just that one clip a few weeks ago, remember Hackett's like, hey, buddy, and he like shoves him away. He's like, yo, we're not winning yet. Like, he's pissed off at him. Then last week, we get the thing where he's like, maybe we change the offense to hard count, and Aaron Rodgers is like, or we just, do it my way.
Right? Bring that up as like the microcosm of their whole relationship, of him being like, or we could hold them accountable, which they're clearly seeing it differently.
So the following week, by the way, for more insight into some Jets context, I forget who it was. It was one of our D linemen. Maybe it was Quinnen Williams. I don't remember. But someone went up to the podium and said the same thing, a mention of accountability. So then, as Jets fans, I mean, in the Jets subreddit, people were talking about it like, well, what does he mean? Is he clapping back at Aaron Rodgers? Because that was the game where the offense didn't really do shit and the defense was like holding it up. So like, he was either shitting on Aaron Rodgers, or he was also taking a shot at the coaching staff, or like, so whatever the fuck is happening, like the team has completely broken apart within 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And they're 2-3, like as you mentioned.
Yeah. And I mean, they were, honestly, if Rodgers makes a better throw this week on the blitz at the end, like he almost hit Wilson for a touchdown to take the lead. Like, it was one play away.
Yeah, they have a positive point differential.
Yeah.
It's very strange, everything is going on.
So
because I mean, again, like I feel like one of the major issues with the team is our offensive play calling, which has not been solved by Robert Saleh getting fired. Robert Saleh pretty much wasn't involved in the offense at all. Actually, I did see during the game there was a note at the beginning of the game which was like, Robert Saleh has decided to change up his coaching style and he's sitting in on the QB meetings. It's like 4 years in, and now you're sitting on the fucking QB. Anyway, but so yeah, like again, like I have like obviously I wanted this entire staff to go after this year, but I think what happened now is pure chaos, and I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's wacky. Like this, it's like you said, like they've given other coaches so many more chances to fuck up, and so many more fuck ups.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, here's the thing. In my opinion, this whole staff proved last year that they shouldn't have been at the helm this year, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then you should have done that in the off season. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it should have been at the end of the season. Just fucking do it. I mean, again, but I don't know what's happening, right? Because we don't know what's happening internally. Reportedly, like Robert Saleh didn't want to get rid of LaFleur, but he was forced to by who knows, either the GM or Woody Johnson, and replace him with Hackett. LaFleur was pretty bad too, though. So
yeah.
again, it's one of those things. Like I don't have a lot of love for these people I'm talking about, but what I'm saying is there's so many reports of different things and we don't know what the hell's going on internally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe it is Aaron Rodgers backing up Hackett, or maybe it's not. Like maybe him saying the accountability shit is taking a shot at Hackett and not Saleh. I have no idea. You know what I mean? But it all seems like extremely petty high school drama is blowing up the team internally. And then also maybe other things at the top level, you know?
I mean, we started this off with you saying that he embarrassed him in front of his friends. So that all
Yeah.
tracks.
Yeah. It's
I wanted to win that game.
Yeah. I mean that is
Cousins were there.
That's a perfectly reasonable motivation for Woody Johnson, actually. Like he's the guy who forced us into Tim Tebow years ago.
Well, it's crazy that these owners, they don't see like Rob Snyder or whatever the fuck his name was, just fundamentally ruining the team, and then the second he's gone, the team just starts improving like instantly.
Yeah,
and it's like they in their heads they don't go, maybe I should not do that. No, I'm gonna do that. No, I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a piece of shit.
Well, they're the best at everything. Yeah, that's why they have all that money. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's.
So it's I mean, listen, at the end of the day, this is some weird political Jets thing going on. And I feel like it's a little bit of, I think it's a little bit of everything kind of coming together. And it's just, I guess, it feels like he was going to get fired at some point. But unless he was able to win.
I think they should have been fired last year. But but also I think firing him in this way is like
worse.
Yeah.
Bad look.
Yeah. It's all like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. And I didn't even know about the things that you were just saying, that apparently there were rumors that or reports that Robert Saleh was trying to get Hack fired beforehand.
Yeah.
I mean, reading this, like, I don't know if you guys read this, but he was escorted out of the building by security.
Yeah.
No meeting.
Oh my goodness.
He was in the building for work and then he was out of the building instantly. Like,
so did they really leave him in London, or did
No, he came in to work today, and then security escorted him out, and they fired him like this morning.
Security.
Yep.
Yeah.
They weren't
this
just
is
like.
what I mean. See, like I again, I don't think that this. Well.
Dude, it's about time they did one of these when, like, before we started our show. You know, like, come on.
Yeah.
God,
This is so weird. Like, I feel like I'm about to read security like pick them up by all of his limbs and toss him out the front door like a cartoon. Like, get out of here.
I mean, like, again, like, I don't like. I think they should have been fired last year, but I mean, I also. He's not the worst coach that we've had.
Oh yeah.
Like,
no,
not by a long shot.
No, the bar is low, but he got under it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's very strange, and it's so strange, and you know, I don't know, over the top, that it makes me feel like there's a personal edge to it. And if there's a personal edge to it, then it's other stuff that, like I said, is probably not something that we probably need to speculate about here.
Yep.
But you know,
well, we got Woody Johnson also added some Haason Reddick quotes at his press conference today. He said, "This is something I've never seen before. You have to be part psychologist and part some other gist to try to figure out what is going on. I hope the young man can come to the team. We'd welcome him with open arms. When he gets here, he'll find a very welcome locker room. Haason, get in your car, drive down 95, and come to the New York Jets. We can meet you and get you an escort right into the building." Because, you know, they're finished escorting Saleh out, so they can escort Reddick right in.
Yeah, they got the hands now.
Yeah. That's New York Jets.
Can we take just a moment to talk about players holding out and why they hold out? is always for the money, right?
Yeah, right. He really just wants money. Like, he doesn't need like a rah-rah pep talk to like, come on, man, come play psychology. Football.
Yeah, you should get a therapist in there. Not just fucking pay him the money, you fucking stingy bastard. Like, what the fuck? All right, anyway, sorry.
Yeah. They weren't like, hey, we traded, like, they literally knew he wanted a contract, and they traded for him, and they're like, wait, he wants money? What?
Yeah, I mean,
that's wild.
Yeah, it's...
Well, no, I think you should maybe talk to a shrink. Get some friends. Should you relax a little?
It'd be a shame you kept making these kind of mistakes.
So we'll see if this fixes the New York Jets. I'm sure it will.
Oh yeah. It's all good things. Good news.
Oh yeah, big time.
Patriots will be starting Drake May this week. Brissett has been benched. So
why not?
Hey, look, it's the exact thing I said will happen. Fucking always. You play 4 or 5 games and you don't start everyone wants to see you start, and you're just back at square one anyway. Like I'll never get it.
I think Biscuits deserved a shot, man. He's got something. He's just
it's just not about him again.
No, I get you. Like,
we don't have a lot of time today, so I won't harp on it for too long. But like just this notion of give them time, that was a month. That was not enough time for him to learn almost anything. Like this is the same as throwing him in there week 1, essentially. Like just do it. Just rip off the Band-Aid, man.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels is in there and looks like a fucking MVP candidate. Okay, like it doesn't fucking matter. Just throw them in there.
About him, dude.
Oh yeah,
he's so fun.
We got Eagles are releasing former Pro Bowl Devin White. That's kind of crazy. He signed a 1-year deal with them. And now he's gone. It appears that Saints' Derek Carr is out multiple weeks with an oblique injury.
No, my Shaheed fantasy points. No.
Yep. Then we have Rashee Rice is out for the year.
Oh man, that sucks.
That was weird that it was like announced, but then like they were like, no, wait, maybe, and then now it's like, yeah, he's out.
Yeah, there was no clarity there at all.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, because they're like, oh, wait, maybe not. And then I guess it's his LCL, and it's not his ACL. Or
there's an LCL? How many CLs are there?
There's many CLs.
There's a lot of CLs in the knee.
They just come up with new ones.
I tore my QCNSBL, man. I can't fucking do it.
Yeah, it's, I don't get it either. And then there's the Achilles on top of all that. Like,
what CL is that?
That's the
triple A.
Crazy we have a part of us just named after like a Greek god.
I was thinking that yesterday.
Like every body part is like normal and like sciencey, and then it's like that's the Achilles.
Like what did Achilles call his Achilles heel?
Just a great question.
Well, it's not the heel. The Achilles is a tendon in the heel.
Sorry, his Achilles tendon. Not his Achilles.
You know what? It probably has an official name. Achilles.
Check it out.
It's Achilles tendinitis is the first thing that came up for me.
Up to the
Achilles
bone.
tendon, scientific name. It's the I can't say it. Calcaneal tendon. Calcaneal.
Oh, so that's why.
Yeah, that's why.
I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Hold on, let me get the pronunciation. Calcaneal tendon pronunciation.
We're gonna get this, guys.
I believe it's calc anal.
There's a YouTube video.
Yep.
Oh boy.
It's got nice music in it.
Okay, that's good.
It's a minute long.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, there's an
maybe
intro.
They're gonna say it really. Maybe Treebeard's gonna say it. Go.
This video is awesome.
This is such good podcast.
This is really great podcast.
I'm gonna leave you guys
go watch this other video.
I'm gonna need you guys to watch this on your own time to see how to pronounce how this extremely strange, like sultry
I've seen
voice
this shit before.
pronounces calcaneal tendon.
Well, Nico Collins had a hamstring injury.
Wait, what's that one? What's the scientific name for the hamstring?
Hamstring.
Parts after food now? What's the deal?
The scientific name for the hamstring is the collective term for the semimembranosus, semitendinosus, and biceps femoris muscles. Guys.
Idiot.
Of course, that's what I was thinking. I mean,
Yeah, of course. That's why it's like, what's the real name? It's like tendon.
Right.
You're like, I call it the googly bit. That's what I call it.
That's between my legs.
Yeah. Devon Achane got a concussion.
I'm still laughing at this video. I swear to God, he's like,
I think there's actually like a whole channel that does that. It just like
that's what I'm saying. They have a bunch of these channels. They just
There's
pronounce
several
words.
Yeah.
And
there's probably
like
new ones with AI voices now.
Oh,
yeah, it might be AI. I know this guy's at 1.5 million subscribers, and the video has 300 views. That seems normal.
Oh, that's that's fun.
That's a bit. Yep. Okay.
Aaron Jones suffered a hip injury, so that's not good for the Vikings. Aaron Rodgers looked like he hurt his leg. He was crawling around. Low ankle sprain, it appears.
He got fucked up. I mean, he was already getting fucked up the week before. He got hit 16 times, and then in that game, I don't know how many, probably loads.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
He took many loads.
He probably got loads. Yeah.
Panthers center Austin Corbett tore his bicep out for the season. That sounds bad.
Dude, those tricep, bicep, like pectoral, also like tears. That just sounds awful.
Like, dude. Like that's one of those injuries where like you feel it when you hear it. Like he tore his bicep.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. That's not supposed to happen.
Breathing would probably hurt.
Yeah.
That's got to be rough.
Like if I had even like a severe leg injury, like that sucks. But for some reason that seems like it wouldn't be so bad. But like anything upper body just scares me. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bruised a rib once and I wanted to die. I couldn't breathe. Like it sucks. So, like that's like so minor. So like like these motherfuckers are like puncturing lungs out there.
Yeah,
like,
they're
actually
like,
having to get like oxygen tubes plugged in.
Yeah. No, dude, I sprained my ankle once playing basketball, and at one point I had to lay down on my kitchen floor and elevate my leg because it hurt so bad. Like punctured lungs with flak jackets, so they're getting
they're like, I can go.
By men, it would murder me. Yeah.
One time I got an owie on my finger. Oh my god.
That's
those are the worst.
Those suck, man.
I broke my toe once. That happened.
Damn, that sucks.
Chiblee broke his toe when he was here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he said he thought it was a cockroach on his foot, but it was just a USB cable, and so he jumped and jammed it into the wall.
You could not script a more Chiblee way to break your toe.
That's fucked. Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, it was also a stubbing in my case, where I walked my toe into something. But then I said it really hurt, and my mom's boyfriend at the time was like, "Stop being a baby, go to school." And then I went to school and came back home and pulled my sock off, and like half my foot was purple. I was like, "See, I fucking told you it hurt."
And then he was like, "Stop being a baby."
Yeah.
And he pulls his sock off, and each of his toes is like a dark purple.
His entire foot's purple,
like in different directions.
Get back to me when it looks like this.
Hey, half your foot's still good.
Man up.
Come on.
Pulls out a peg leg. Get back to me when it looks like this, matey.
I'm more machine than man now.
Will Fries, guard of the Colts, broke his leg Sunday.
Jesus.
Dude, the way you said that was great. Will Fries, guard of the Colts.
Yeah.
That's his official title.
Denver Broncos right tackle Alex Palczewski suffered a high ankle sprain.
We're at the part of the season where everyone is dying.
Everybody's
every team.
Well, the first round, and then the season's long. There's going to be another round of
another wave of deaths.
Yeah.
Chicago Bears Jaquan Brisker did not take the flight to London. He's in concussion protocol after he hit Tommy Tremble of the Panthers, who's also in concussion protocol.
See, you guys argue against the armor, but
and Josh Allen took a big time hit, but no word about that one.
Yeah, it seemed like he definitely got a concussion, and they just did the poll like, well, he's Josh Allen, so he has to play.
Fine. He's normal.
Yeah.
He's good.
He still lost.
They sure did.
Yeah. Well, when your QB doesn't know where he is, that'll definitely be a disadvantage, I think.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep, checks out.
But we had football games this week.
Oh.
Football. That's arguable.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, we had the Buccaneers Falcons to kick things off.
Game
which was,
of the year.
That was
Insane.
really good.
Yeah, back and forth duel between Baker Mayfield, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, dude.
509 yards.
509 and 4 TDs.
God, what is that
Ridiculous.
percentage? What's it? What is that?
Let's
That's
do
gotta-
math real quick. 42 divided by 58. That's a percentage of 72.4, Robert.
That's pretty good.
Pretty damn good for fucking
on 58 throws. That's
58
insane.
throws. Yeah.
I think he's feeling a bit better. If I had to
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah.
take a guess.
I think it's 8.8 yards per attempt too.
That's
Yeah, wow.
ridiculous to maintain
That
over
is
a
actually
58 throw game. Holy shit.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
said he was on pace for a 500-yard game at the end of the half, and I was like, well, obviously he's not actually going to get it. Like all these games always end up like, oh, he's on fire, and then he cools down at some point. He never stopped the whole game. He was lighting it up.
Yeah. No, it was wow. And then on top of that, it looked like the Buccaneers were going to win, and then they fumbled it, and that was a big problem. Shouldn't have
Huge
fumbled.
turnover.
You don't want to do that.
Don't want to fumble.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. And then they never got the ball again, pretty much. Like
Such a close
Falcons.
game, dude. Back and forth the entire goddamn time. Like this is just perfect competitive
Oh,
football.
yeah.
Like a lot of people like defensive games, sure, but this is like defensive on top of just like offenses putting together ridiculous plays to come away with points. Like it was so fucking fun.
It's just chaos. I mean, it probably shouldn't have gone to overtime, and what happened in overtime was even more chaos.
Yeah.
You know, but
I mean, they're exhausted at that point. They were like, up and down the whole day.
Another example of overtime being shit, though.
Yeah.
where a team gets the ball, goes down the field, and scores.
Yeah, it sucked.
Which is not the best.
Am I misremembering this one? Isn't this the one where like the overtime they one the team that got the ball fumbled, and then the
That's
other team
Bengals Ravens,
Bengals,
brother.
okay,
Yeah, the
right,
other one.
sorry,
Yeah.
It's Thursday. It's so long ago.
This was Falcons got the ball, and then they just immediately scored.
Yeah.
They got one down the seam, and then the safeties were just fucking out of gas, and they couldn't.
Oh
catch up.
yeah.
I will say, this game had a terrible call where they decided to punt the ball before halftime instead of kicking a 55-yard field goal.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was the worst.
It was
Todd
so
Bowles,
bad.
What is? Oh, and can we also talk about the challenge, the worst challenge that has ever occurred?
Oh, when they got possession.
Yeah.
We're they were trying to challenge it so that if they won, they would have lost yardage and possession.
Yeah, because it wasn't clear immediately that the fumble. I think Atlanta recovered it, right? That Atlanta recovered the ball.
I think this was a different game, wasn't it?
Was it?
No, it was Todd.
Sure
I remember Todd Bowles with his. I don't remember what the.
Because Mike McCarthy had a horrible fucking challenge that was awful, where the Steelers recovered a fumble and then McCarthy challenged it for some reason, even though the Steelers recovered the fumble. I don't remember. That's the one I remember.
I think both.
I remember. No, I remember the Todd Bowles one. Sorry, guys. I know this is a football podcast.
Right.
It's Thursday. All right, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
This is the one. It was the one where I don't recall exactly what fucking happened because it didn't work out badly. But if Todd Bowles had won the challenge, the Bucs would have been harmed significantly so, and it was very stupid.
So it was like he was challenging at his own detriment.
Yeah.
I see.
No, and it didn't work anyway. So
I see. Okay. Yeah,
we talked about it if you scroll up there, it's in there. We were talking.
I believe you.
I just watched the play again. He's right. Yeah. It happened.
It did happen. All right.
Right.
But yeah, it was a good game. Solid NFC South battle, and I believe the Falcons are in first now. Technically, they're now tied with the Buccaneers.
They have the tiebreaker having beat the Buccaneers.
Right. Yeah,
so
now they're tied with them. So they got it. Cool.
Apollo said it while we were watching it. Both of these teams are good. Like they both showed a lot of very impressive stuff the whole game.
I have been picking the Falcons almost every week. I think they are a good team. I think they probably should have beat the Chiefs that one week.
Yep.
The Chiefs should be like 2-3 to be fair. What the fuck's going on with them?
Yeah.
I genuinely think the Falcons are a very good team. So I will continue to pick them if they, if it's so, because I mean Drake London is just really good. I think he's injured actually. I don't know how bad, but Bijan Robinson and then Kirk Cousins. Everyone just wants to. Kirk Cousins had one shaky game when he came back against a good Steelers defense, at least good at the time anyway. And everyone was like, washed, old man washed. And it's like, oh, he's fine. Yeah, he's actually still really good. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
great game though.
Great game.
I'm beginning to become a believer more. Although, also, I want to point out that like the Bucs also were very good in the game. So as was Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, no, these are the two teams that are going to be NFC South contenders.
Yes, it will not be the other two teams. That's for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of contenders, we had the Jets Vikings playing each other.
Yeah, did we?
We did.
Is that what happened?
We had Sam Darnold actually play terribly.
Yeah, he got rattled playing against the Jets. The curse, it reminded him of who he was.
It was not the revenge game that we thought it would be.
No. He was staring into the abyss again, and he couldn't handle
it. The army of ghosts were standing before him.
Yep. Aaron Jones, like I mentioned earlier, did get hurt this game, so he only had 29 yards on 7 carries and a 24-yard receive.
When Aaron Jones got injured, the Vikings offense completely changed. Like it was relatively decent up until that point. He got injured, and then they could not do fucking anything at all.
You know who didn't get hurt and still only managed 23 yards on the ground? That's right. First round fantasy pick, Breece Hall. He's having a hell of a season.
Well, hey, Bear, don't worry. We got rid of the guy that was running him as a halfback dive on every play. We got right rid of. Oh wait, no. Sorry, we. Oh, different guy. He's still there. He's still there. He's still there. So,
all right. Well, that sucks.
It was genuinely shocking to me how many times Breece Hall would just run. It's reminding me of like Najee Harris now, where it's just like, why are we? So many of these runs are just directly into the teeth of the big boy linemen, and it's like we can't make a gap there. Our O-line's not good enough to do that.
He's not a very big guy either. Like he's not a power back.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I mean, at least they started using Braylon Allen a little bit more in that role, but it just still didn't work because, neither of them could do anything because they would still run Breece Hall to the fucking A gap on first and second down every play set. I don't know what you call those. I forget now. Drive, I guess. That's what they're called.
That's it.
You know how they go on sets of plays.
The sets of the plays. They had the series of plays and sequences. There are many things that happen. Gyms and rats.
It was so long ago.
This was Sunday. What?
To
be fair, it was Sunday morning. So
that
was practically Thursday.
This was the London game. Yeah.
I woke up just in time to see Aaron Rodgers throw that game-ending interception.
Oh yeah,
that was neat.
Yeah. Well, he threw a couple others before too. I mean, in fairness, he had a lot of situations in which he was hitting guys in the hands or the chest, and they would just drop them.
Yeah.
And then I guess he got frustrated and started forcing things, and he did that like twice in a row. One with a pick to the house, actually.
I gotta point out that I'm so proud of myself for using Aaron Rodgers' just stubbornness to my advantage for fantasy. I really needed a wide receiver this week because like half my team was on a bye and the other half was injured, and I was like, you know what?
He'll force a couple balls Lazard's way.
He'll force so many balls to Lazard, and I was watching that game, and he threw like I don't know how many targets Lazard had, but he had so many drops. 10 targets,
4 catches,
dude. Holy shit!
Yeah. He just and he still caught like he got me 13 points because I was like, Rodgers loves to throw to Lazard, even though Lazard cannot catch the ball. So I'm gonna get points no matter what. Good fantasy tip for those of you out there who are looking for a receiver that no one else wants.
Classic Lizard thing.
Yep. And
meanwhile, Breece Hall just standing there opening it in the flat every goddamn play.
Dude, that's another thing that blows my mind about the Breece Hall thing is we don't run any screens to him the whole year.
He'd be really good at it.
He was.
He'd be really great.
He won Rookie of the Year doing screens, and then they were like, I just don't understand. Like, I don't know what is going on in the brain of Nathaniel Hackett. Also, can I point out though that I think largely part of the reason that Darnold floundered was the Jets defense, in particular, Sauce Gardner on Justin Jefferson, which he didn't really shut down. But if you look at his amount of targets versus how many receptions he had, it's he's still 92 yards, but he could barely catch anything in the game, to be honest.
Yeah, for Justin Jefferson, that's like,
yeah.
If he's under 100, you've probably done a good job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, here's a fun stat for you. This is the first time the Vikings have been 5-0 since the last time the Vikings went 5-0 to start a season. Which
thanks, Magic.
hold on. The last time they started 5-0, that team missed the playoffs. So
yeah, okay.
It's you never know.
That's cursed. That's very cursed.
That is a Minnesota Viking stat if I've ever heard one.
Oh, without a doubt.
So we'll see how this plays. I mean, if Aaron Jones is hurt going forward, that's not great for their offense.
It's definitely not good. But it's Darnold season, so I think they can bounce back. Darnold season. And plus, it's Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is really fucking good.
It's true, yeah. Good. We'll see.
And also, I want to. This isn't the reason that we lost, but I do want to point out some like really soft calls on Sauce Gardner covering Justin Jefferson. If you guys recall,
the reffing was annoying. I remember this. To be sure.
Yeah.
There were it's going to be always annoying for someone like Sauce, who's just a very handsy cornerback. All the best cornerbacks are very handsy, like that's just how they get.
You got to play right on the edge of like what's a penalty and what's not. Yeah.
So they decided to err on the more annoying side of things and throw a bunch of flags on him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like it's weird that I feel like but Jefferson had 92 yards on 6 receptions, and that feels like low for him. Like I feel like they actually like contained him weirdly well. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, like as we were saying, he had 14 targets, but only 6 receptions. It was still under 100 yards too. I mean, it's still a good day for like any other receiver, but for him,
not Jefferson though. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He should not have the same amount of fantasy points as Lazard on my team. That's weird.
Right.
Yeah. Well, then we had Panthers Bears. Yep.
Can go through this one pretty quick. Panthers.
Yeah.
They do suck. I watched
Caleb Williams
some of this.
Finally had a good game.
He did.
Yeah.
People keep saying like he's getting better every week, but yeah, he's playing shitty teams. Like, okay, but you know what? I will give it to him. He could be shitty against shitty teams, but he's actually doing well against the shitty teams. So that is a step in the right direction. Like, I think the biggest thing I've seen from him is he's playing more in the pocket and less like a college football scramble around type of guy. So I do think that is a positive. I also think it's helped that they are not letting him get sacked. He got sacked once this game. So, I mean, yeah, if you can sit back there and not be pressured, I think every quarterback in the NFL could probably make some pretty good passes. But, I mean, again, I do think he's going to be a good quarterback. I still don't trust the Bears to put him in a great situation in the grand scheme of things.
The good news is that he'll have a real test next week in the Jaguars. Never mind.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Hey, the week after that though, they play the Commanders. That's going to be
bye week.
Or no, 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then
they play the Commanders. That'll be a good game. That should be a really good game.
But the Commanders don't really have like a particularly interesting defense, so
it's good enough. I think.
When does he play like a defense? Let's see. After that, it's the Cardinals. Not really a good. The Patriots, I guess, have a decent defense.
Yeah, they have a decent defense. And then
that'll be week 10.
Yeah, and then after that's all the divisional gauntlet games.
Packers. Packers, Vikings back to back.
Yep.
Yikes.
And then Lions. And then 49ers.
Oh my God.
And then Vikings. And then Lions. And then Seahawks.
I forgot we talked about that last week.
Yeah. This is the Bears have to win like as many of these games coming up because it's pretty much Steelers' schedule for the Bears.
I'll explain that position when we get to that. Anyway.
Yeah.
So weird. The Bears are already 3-2. They definitely.
It's weird because they could easily be like 1-5 right now or 1-4. Just like it's like their defense has carried them to wins. For the most part. But I mean, listen, their defense is real good. Like that's the big thing. Also, they're just like running the ball now, probably because the Panthers have like the worst run defense in the. Honestly, the Panthers defense, not only is it bad, but they were missing their all-pro defensive tackle who's out for the year, 2 of their linebackers who are out for the year, and some other guy got out for the year. So I mean, you're playing like a half-starting Panther defense. So this was like they're bad. Like they're banged up, they're bad. It's not good. So I do think that's part of the reason he's looking better is because a few weeks ago they couldn't run the ball, and that doesn't help. Now they're actually getting the running game going, and they're not letting him get hit. So who would have guessed that if you can run the ball and not get hit, you're going to do better? Crazy.
Yeah.
But it's the Bears, so I still think they'll goof it in some way. Then we had the Commanders-Browns.
God, it's just getting so much fun to watch the Browns again. It's just they suck so fucking much.
It's so satisfying. Another 7 sacks on Watson. So I looked it up. The last time Deshaun Watson played all season was in 2020 when he was sacked 49 times across the whole year. He has been sacked 26 times through week 5.
Wow.
Like he's on pace to eclipse that by week 10. And I am so here for it.
To put that in perspective, no other quarterback has even been sacked 20 times yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he's almost at 30.
Yep. I love it.
On the other side, Jaden Daniels.
Woo! Jaden Daniels.
Looking good. 82 yards on the ground, threw a touchdown. He threw a pick, but listen, man, this team, this is like...
Here's a guy.
Now here's a guy. This is just a fun team. Like, they're 4-1, the Commanders.
Yeah.
First place, NFC East. Like, this is a fun football team.
It doesn't feel bad to root for them anymore. They've rid the great evil from their souls. And nature is healing. Like
it is.
How perfectly fitting with that description in mind for them to get this result on this blessed Sunday morn.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. All they have to do to win the Super Bowl is change their name again, I think. And then
all the
bad energy is gone.
Yeah.
I still think they absolutely need a new name change and a new logo.
If they debut in the playoffs with Jaden Daniels as the Washington Hogs, I'm putting my entire mortgage on the Hogs to win it all this year.
100%.
Dude, I might change my ideology if the guy who owns the Washington Commanders changes it to the Hogs. Honestly. I'm all for capitalism.
Honestly, you look at defense. A lot of people are saying the Commander defense is bad. They're not bad. They're middle of the pack. Right now they're 3, 6, 9. They're like 16th, 15th. I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, they had 2 games where they gave up 30+ points. That is like heavily skewing the chart one way, but you know, like they've held their other 3 opponents to lower than 20 points a game. So yeah, when they show up big.
Yeah. No, it's and one of those 30 points was the Bengals, and the other one's the Buccaneers, who are like pretty good offenses.
Yeah.
So this was just, man, it's fun to cheer for the Command. It's crazy. This feels like the best they've been since RG3 now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or the most fun they've been at least since RG3.
And you don't have Dan Snyder there to, potentially.
Yeah, that's what Apollo was saying.
Yeah.
They're right now, they are the 5th best offense in terms of yards per game. Which it's Ravens, 49ers, Lions, Packers, Commanders, which I can't believe the 49ers are still second. It's kind of wild.
Dude, they before the game, they were given an interview with Jaden Daniels talking about how he's, currently, and it's way too early in the season to be talking about it, but currently like at the head of the race for MVP discussions. And
fun, dude.
It would be. I mean, I think I don't recall the full interview, so I don't remember exactly. But I think it's never happened where
it's been 70 years.
Really?
Yes. I forget who it was, but they mentioned it on the broadcast. I think actually it might have been like. Okay, hold on.
And the closest probably CJ Stroud MVP. Last year.
Yeah.
Jim Brown in 1957.
Yeah, that's the only one that would have made sense. Yeah.
I mean, you have you like MVP wise, what you have like Derrick Henry, Jaden Daniels, Josh Allen before those last couple of games. So he's kind of had some bad games.
Sam
Darnold
Darnold before
arguably
last game.
yeah,
Darnold
exactly.
and Jefferson maybe too. Like those. I think
Jefferson,
those
yeah.
are
Maybe,
really.
but we all know it's never going to be anyone but a QB.
Yeah, but
so.
I'm going
we
to
like to
list
at least
them
mention
even
them.
if even if the NFL is going to pretend they don't exist.
Yeah.
Dude, Daniel's
Yeah.
still sitting at 77.1 for the season for completion percentage, even after
It's
a pretty
wild.
like subpar game this week. That's just fucking crazy.
That is pretty crazy, yeah. And they're averaging over 30 points a game. It's pretty nutty.
That's a
And he
fun one, dude.
runs. He can run really well.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's incredibly accurate, and he's gonna be good, man.
Big
Yeah.
time.
It's currently their offense is the second best rushing offense in the NFL behind the
Yeah.
Ravens.
That'll do it.
That
Dude,
will do
Eckler
it.
still looks good.
Yeah.
He's had little
Mhm.
flashes in those games. He's still got it.
Yep. By the way, in terms of defenses, let me just again going back to the Bears. People are like they're really improving. Okay, they've played the Rams, the Panthers, the Colts, and now the Jaguars, who are the 4 of the 5 worst defenses in the NFL. So I mean,
You
that,
gotta
not
take your
even
foot
middle
off
of
the
the
gas,
pack.
coach.
Not
You
even
gotta take your
middle
foot
of
off
the
the
pack.
gas on these Bears, man. That was last game. Come on,
I
now.
was just pointing out even. All right, Commanders are fun. Browns are not. Cool.
We have a new NFC East champion this season.
Yes,
Oh, baby.
sir. Then we had, speaking of bad offenses, 2 of the worst offenses in the NFL. In fact, they are the 2 worst in points per game. The Patriots and the Dolphins.
Oh my
This
God,
was
dude.
this was as close to an unwatchable game as you can provide.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was genuinely terrible.
Yeah, it was
The
bad.
whole way through too.
There
Mhm.
was so little that needs to be said about it. Like that, nothing of note happened this game, other than the fact that the Patriots lost to a completely disintegrated Dolphins team.
The
Yep.
game
Yeah.
recap video on the NFL YouTube channel is just a guy looking into the camera, frowning and shaking his head.
Dude, I it's like getting to the point. How many wins do you think this Patriots team is going to have this year?
Well, Drake May is starting, so let's see if that.
Yeah, that's
Ugh.
true. Maybe
Yeah,
that'll-
I'm
maybe he'll
tired.
invigorate.
He was watching the game recap video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this game, fucking the existence of this game, the memory of it is driving me to fucking boredom
Oh, sorry.
and being asleep.
Yeah,
Well,
it was
they're
bad.
calling Rob to say stop ripping on this
Chan
game.
got a concussion, which did not help my fantasy team because he got 2 points, even though I think I would have lost
Nothing was
anyway.
helping your fantasy team.
Yeah, it was not.
We'll
a good
get to that.
fantasy week. We'll get to that. Anyway, Colts Jaguars also happened.
Oh, fun. Yeah, let's move on.
And the Jaguars won the game.
This game pissed me off so much, man. Look at the box score for this game, and you can see why I was so fucking mad.
Oh, yeah. This
Yep.
was a
Like-
massive comeback.
Like, it's crazy to me how you can make Joe Flacco look that good. Like, it's wild.
Oh,
to
we're on
me.
the Joe Flacco game? Joe
Yeah.
Flacco
Oh, yeah, dude.
Elite Dragon season?
He's not that good. The Jaguars decided to make him look that good for no reason.
But
I mean, I don't know.
Apollo, 33 of 44 for 359 and 3
Yeah,
TDs.
I mean,
no picks on the day.
It's literally just like they were like. It's not even like they weren't covering people. It's just I don't know. It's like all Flacco could do was just yeet the ball really far, and it just kept working. He kept throwing these bomb like 40-yard passes, and the Jags were giving it up repeatedly. Like
Alec, I mean,
24 points.
He
in
was
the fourth
on the
quarter.
money though with those bombs.
Oh, those
I
were
just
dimes,
gotta-
yeah,
they
no
were
doubt.
real nice.
He can do one thing, and that's throw the ball real far.
That's
and
really good.
and
though.
if you
He
don't
does a good
defend
job.
that, this is gonna happen. Like
Alec Pierce with those Randy Moss stats, dude. 3 for 134 and a TD. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
like 3 for 144. Think about that. 3 catches.
Average of 44.7 per catch.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Dude, one of them he threw like 40 yards to the end zone, and it was like right in the bucket, man. It was beautiful.
It's
Yeah.
making me fucking mad. I don't want to hear about Joe fucking Flacco anymore, man.
We can move on because I don't have as much time today, so we're just gonna fly through some of these games.
Okay, but Elite
Yeah,
Dragon
I'm
as well.
gonna need, yeah.
Yeah.
Rise of the Dragon.
Elite Dragon also
Rain of
lost.
Fire.
Jaguars did actually win
He
the
did
game.
lose,
They
yeah.
are
I
not
know.
winless anymore.
Yeah, it just kind of felt like they lost because of what happened.
Yeah.
It did. but they didn't. Then we had Texans Bills.
Dude, holy cow, the Bills did not show up for this.
Quick version of this one. The Bills decided to lose the game at the end. Like, they got the ball back, and they were in their own end zone essentially. Yeah. And they threw like 3 bomb passes. Like, they were trying to win.
2 of which were very close to being intercepted.
It was insane because it was tied 20-20. You have to play for overtime at that point. You're not gonna, like, I'm always like play for the win, but this was not a case where you play for the win. Or even if you do, you need to get like 10 or 15 or 20 yards over the middle, not these insane sideline 40-yard bombs or whatever.
Allen was also fucking concussed while they were trying to do it.
Yeah, this was just a horror. I mean, the coach admitted to it being a terrible decision, which is good because like it was a terrible decision. He needs to take ownership for that.
It's
they lost
week
the
5.
Game. They had to punt the ball. Texans got the ball back, had like a 15-yard return, and they caught it at like the 50. So they got like one play, and Kaimi Fairbairn came in and kicked game winner. Like, it was a total collapse, a throw of unnecessary proportions.
I do know 9 for 30 on the day, by the way.
I know in Bills land, people are calling for the head of McDermott. So I don't know if that's going to happen.
I mean, who are you going to
by the end of the year?
McDermott is not getting fired until the end of the season.
Yeah,
unless they lose like 7 games in a row, he's not getting fired.
It would have to be a collapse for him to get fired.
Yeah.
Because this is. I mean, listen, you lost to the Texans. Texans are still a good team. Like they're a playoff team.
Yeah.
So
I can't
Texans 4-1. Then we had Ravens Bengals. This was a shit show.
Ordained by
God.
God.
This was a fun game. What are you talking about? I love this one.
Well, it was a shit show end of a game where
the Bengals threw.
The Bengals just threw it. Joe Burrow threw 5 touchdowns and lost.
It's insane to me. Like, people already called this out, but like I was saying this as it was happening in the Discord to you guys. It's like they got the ball on like the 40-yard line or something with the fumble recovery from Lamar.
Yep.
Which classic Lamar he keeps doing this shit at the end of the games. But like you cannot go and like, oh, we're gonna get a 57-yard field goal easily, no problem. Like you have to do something. Like they totally sold and just ran up the middle 3 times and then kicked a super long field goal, and of course you missed it because it was too long. Like there's no awareness sometimes with some of these coaches. Like, give yourself the best chance to win. Stop tricking yourselves into being stupid.
This is a crazy idea, but what if they just threw it to Jamar Chase instead of running up the middle?
That was working a lot. That was working a lot today. It
seemed to work.
It's not even like that. It's just a matter of like, just come on, man. Like do one pass play. Like, it's not like you're trying to burn the clock or anything. Like, you can do a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, why are you so scared of throwing an interception when Joe Burrow has 392 yards, 30 for 39, and 5 touchdowns? Why are you scared?
Yeah. And also to the point that people were making, Jamar Chase has caught 10 balls on 12 targets for almost 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Just run a normal play. So many times these stupid teams could just run normal fucking plays that they've been running all game and be fine, and they trick themselves into being stupid. Yep. It's the same with prevent defense. It's just like, we got to do something differently now. We have to.
It happened. The Vikings were actually smart with it when they played the Packers last week. They could have did that because they were only up 6. And it was like, they're starting to lose the lead. And instead of like running it or doing something, they threw it to Jefferson and it worked. And I was like, damn, that was a good play. But then you get like here and it's like, oh man, like I guarantee the opposing team was like, I hope they don't throw to Jamar Chase and just run up the middle. And then they just ran up the middle and then that was it.
So I feel like we should address a glaring omission when we were very briefly discussing MVP candidates. Because, there's one that played in this game. I know it kind of feels like saying the
Lamar
sky
Jackson,
is blue at this point, but Lamar Jackson is one of the best players in the fucking league, man. Holy shit.
Yeah.
He is unbelievable sometimes. Some of these plays are just magic.
Oh yeah, like the one where he almost like got sacked.
The fucking video game touchdown, dude.
Oh
just
my god!
Circle button, dodge, just like getting the fuck out of the way every time.
That was
He always looks like he knows what the solution is to the current situation. You know what I mean? Like he's being
playing
pursued,
Dark Souls.
For real.
He never looks like he's in danger. He can be getting bared down on by 2 huge fucking defensive linemen, and he just looks completely fine. He's like, no, I got this. I know how to get out of here if they get close enough. He's just buying time every single every single snap. It's crazy.
And he's so fast. It's like you ever see those videos of a cat like smacking a snake as it goes to bite him?
I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, because I was going to make that
exactly what I was
right.
thinking of.
I'm just saying, but like for real though, like a guy can have his pinky on his shoulder and then he's like 20 yards down the field.
Exactly.
Too.
Yeah.
Like
it's just, for real. Like it's
wild.
He does have 9 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1,200 yards, and he's ran for 2 touchdowns and quite a lot of yards. So,
dude, and he and the Derrick Henry pairing, that's work.
Oh,
pretty good.
God.
Yeah.
Holy
Derrick
cow,
Henry had a game, 92 and a touchdown.
He's had a season so far, dude. He's killing it.
Well, he actually if I recall in this game, he was actually having a bit of a rough day until he had that one big run.
That's very true. He had the big one in OT. I mean, the game, what do you call it? The game script didn't really call for a lot of Henry runs, given it was fucking like 50-yard bombs by both quarterbacks all day long.
Apollo loves Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
his favorite
I mean, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna repeat what I said in our draft show.
Yep.
Is that he still has the potential to be the most just skilled and talented QB ever. No one can do both things as well as he can at the same time.
He's already in that conversation. I don't know.
I think so.
Number one, but he's in there for sure.
Well, I think especially does he have a ring? He's got a ring, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. No. Doesn't he have one? Am I crazy?
I don't
Jackson?
think so.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought I thought he got one.
What?
A couple of years. I thought he got a
Ravens haven't won since Joe Flacco against the Niners back in 2011, 2013.
If he gets a ring, I think he would be in the same kind of like
they
people
haven't even been to the Super Bowl.
Steve
They
Young.
keep running into the Chiefs, and then that's it.
I hate that. I'm so blown away by that. Why? In my head, I was absolutely sure he'd won a Super Bowl. No, he absolutely hasn't won a Super Bowl.
I thought
the Ravens have been known. Well, for one, he was injured that one year. It was Tyler Huntley who played.
That's right.
And they lost to the Bengals. That like goal line fumble, and then they played like ass against the Chiefs last year. The Ravens do not have good playoff records.
You guys remember when Lamar Jackson was a free agent and nobody wanted him? And then the Panthers and the Raiders were like, maybe we'll get him, and then they didn't, and then they still don't have a quarterback, and they probably wish they should have pursued Lamar Jackson a little more.
You could probably ask me like 5 trivia questions of that level of difficulty, and I think I might get like 1. Just from like general football knowledge, I'm beginning to realize like that's a good thing that's not what our show's predicated upon.
No.
Well, speaking of Raiders,
we're upfront about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Raiders, they lost to the Broncos.
Oh yeah,
they did
pretty badly actually.
Okay, are the Broncos not bad?
I think the Broncos defense.
It's a very distinct possibility.
The Broncos kind of feel like the Bears of the AFC. You know, like they have a rookie quarterback that's doing okay. He's enough to like get some stats going, like 206 yards, 2 TDs. But like
Sean Payton.
That's a very good comparison. Yeah, they both have the Broncos have a great defense that's carried them to a 3-2 record. They both have had to deal with some big slip ups thanks to their inexperience. But I think Denver actually might be in the top half of the league at least, though, just at least based on the defense. And then Bo Nix has had flashes too.
Yeah. He's Patrick.
He had a fight with Sean Payton.
He did have a fight with Sean Payton this game. He was like yelling at him, and then he went out and threw a touchdown right after that fight. The Broncos defense is 3rd in yards per game allowed.
Damn.
And 2nd in points allowed. And they're pretty good.
It's
where
possible.
Are the Bears in those rankings out of curiosity?
ESPN NFL Stats team defense.
No, I'm saying where are the Bears in those rankings?
Bears are in yards per game. They are 7th. In passing yards allowed, they are right next to the Broncos at 7, while the Broncos are 6. And then running, Bears run defense is actually kind of ass. And then the Bears points per game is 5th, right behind the Vikings, Steelers, Broncos, Chargers.
There you go.
So that's pretty good. They are pretty much the same. So. And then, I mean, actually, in terms of offense, let me check here.
Stat truck.
it does look like the Broncos and the Bears are right next to each other, only separated by the Jets sandwiched between them in terms of yards per game on offense.
Wow.
So not great company there.
Yep.
And passing yards, Bears are a bit better, averaging about 20 more passing yards per game. But running the ball, it looks like the Broncos are better, averaging about 15 more yards per game. So it's really just the Broncos run slightly more and the Bears pass slightly more. Otherwise, they're actually really similar.
Okay, Bears and Broncos fans, you guys are rivals now. You hate each other.
Yeah,
That's
they hate
canon
each
for
other.
our show.
Yep. However,
the bear would definitely take down a horse. I'm just saying. I think
That's fair.
I'm not sure, but but if the horse wanted to run away, no chance that
I
the
think
bear
a bear
catches.
could be pretty fucking quick, though, dude.
I mean, a bear can be
horses
quick.
can kick, brother. Don't
He
deny
can kick,
that.
but unless he gets a straight shot to the skull, like I don't know if he's
Bear's
gonna
tough,
be able
man.
to. Yeah, bear's pretty. They're pretty
They're
gnarly.
pretty goddamn tough.
On the other side, the Raiders are a disaster and they are bad. And
can't wait to lose to them next week.
Yep. They need to trade Devontae Adams fast and just do something like tank.
I want to say please do, but I really don't know what the Jets are gonna do now.
Yeah.
So
that was that game. Then we had Cardinals 49ers, where the Cardinals actually won.
Okay, dude, so remember last week when I was like, why the hell isn't Kyler Murray running the ball more? He's really good at running the ball. And then 2 minutes into this game, he runs the ball on an option read and gets a 50-yard fucking touchdown that he knew he had from 10 yards out.
I'll do it.
Run the ball more, Kyler.
Yeah.
And somehow the Cardinals won this game.
Yeah,
they just the Niners were cruising and then they just forgot how to do stuff. And I don't know. I don't know. Like I was watching this game and I was just like, yeah, the Niners are good. Niners are winning. I was like, wait, what?
They just didn't do anything in the second
game was over.
half. They didn't score at all.
Yeah, and then they had a chance to go down and actually get a field goal, and then Purdy got tipped and picked off. That was it.
Yeah.
So
the Niners are slowly deconstructing. Like they're
this was supposed to be their season, and with the whole CMC fiasco and all the off-season drama,
they shouldn't have messed with the magic, man. I'm telling you, I think if Madden is like, hey, we want you to put you on the cover and give you $100 million, burn it, throw it in the trash, don't allow them. You will die.
Not like, I mean, this division is looking bad too. Like no one in this division has any kind of commanding presence that makes them look good.
No, they really don't.
Because I mean, we're about to talk about the other team that looked good and then now doesn't look good. Like,
I was gonna make an argument and then I remembered what happened.
I mean, that's 2 straight losses to divisional opponents too. That's not good for them. Like,
this is like they're 2-3. Like this, I thought this team would be 5-0 right now. I have no idea how this happened.
It's gonna hurt them down the line for sure. Like when it comes to playoff seeding and stuff.
And Ayuk actually showed up this game though, so that's good for them.
Yay! Finally, finally some fantasy points, Ayuk. Better than the 3 you've been getting me.
Man, that was that game. It was
Tyler, run the ball, damn it.
Then we had Seahawks Giants. Wow, this happened as well.
Geno?
Yeah. It's still Geno's season. It never stops.
Geno got sacked.
He did pretty all right.
He got sacked 7 times this game.
Yeah. That was bad.
Yep. And as we all expected, Tyrone Tracy Jr. ran for 129 yards on the Giants.
Of course.
Everyone had that on their bingo card.
Yep.
Darius Slayton, 122 and a TD. And Daniel Jones did pretty all right.
They got beat by the Giants without Malik Neighbors, man. Like,
Malik Neighbors.
Maybe Malik Neighbors makes the Giants lose? Question
That's got to be it. That's got to be it.
That's it. That's the one.
Yep.
Anytime you're near 40 minutes time of possession, that's just that's complete dominance and control over the game. The Giants just outplayed the Seahawks without their best weapon, which is really not a good look for Seattle.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know what went wrong for them, but
well, Kenneth Walker came back in this game, right? He
did, yeah. He got,
did he though?
He 5 carries for 19 yards. I mean, Geno was their leading rusher with 72, but
that's not what you want. I mean, even with all that, they still had a chance to tie the game, and it got blocked and ran back. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's still like, all right, if you play that badly, and then at the end of the game, you're looking like you're going to tie it, and then it just so happened it got blocked.
They just they should have absolutely. They were my lock of the week, for God's sake. They should
Yeah.
have won this game.
Should have won this game, but they didn't.
Have you tried locking the Ravens? Or no, have you tried locking the team you don't want to win the most?
I ought to give it a shot now that my locks.
I think I'm going to try that this week.
I would lose that. I would be locking the Patriots.
But then
and they keep
losing. But then the team that, well, yeah, if it's that kind of scenario, you pick the team that's good that you hate the most.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll lock the Chiefs next week.
Then we had Packers Rams. We won.
Almost lost that one at the end there.
Sure did.
Yeah.
That was a classic Green Bay Packer fourth quarter. So this one, honestly, Love did pretty all right this game, except for the terrible pick six. It was a real bad pick six. He was like gonna get a safety, and then he was just like, blah, and he was like trying to throw it away, but he threw it right to the Rams, and they walked it in.
Dude, so the Yahoo Sports app has like little headlines underneath the scores when you click through, and like normally they're pretty placid, but this one was just like, watch Jordan Love throw the most embarrassing interception you'll ever see.
It was.
Jeez, take it easy.
Yeah, it's honestly, Jordan Love continues to look like a weird Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre love child, literally.
Yeah.
Because like he has like really good command over the offense, like Aaron Rodgers, and like play call, but then he'll just do like the most Brett Favre plays where he's just like, what if I just throw it into triple coverage and it works? And you're like, sure, all right. Like his one throw to Jaden Reed was insane.
That
also,
was nice.
Jaden Reed is also insane. Like people were always like, the Packers don't have a number one receiver. I'm like, I think Jaden Reed's our number one receiver. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely.
Dontavian Wicks, please stop dropping the ball. He had like 3 crucial drops. Like, if he doesn't drop 3 passes, Jordan Love probably has like 380 yards and another touchdown. But he, like, just some terrible drops. Like, they went right through his hands. They weren't even like behind him or whatever. Like, through his hands. And every time he's like, geez. I'm like, don't do this. Don't get in your head. Just catch the ball. Just play the ball. You do the thing. He didn't look very good, but funnily enough, Devontae Adams actually had a season or two like that where I wanted to cut him. That's how bad he was. I remember we called him Drop Vontae Adams, and he fixed it. So I mean, you can't give up on guys just because they're dropping some stuff. Like, I think he'll fix it. I mean, he looked good last year at the end of the season. Wicks did. Tucker Kraft, he's really good. He's a tight end. He's great.
Kraft.
He blocks well. He plays the game the right. Tony Romo literally said that. He said he plays the game the way it's meant to be played. That's what he said. Which I think
like vaguely religious.
Yeah.
I guess he.
I think Tony Romo just likes tight ends.
He sure does. But Tucker Kraft had a crazy. He got like 88 yards, 2 touchdowns. One of them was like a 50-yarder where he caught it and just like stiff armed a guy and ran all the way. But really good game from him. Josh Jacobs, 73 yards and a touchdown. He had a pretty solid game on the ground. So then the defense, dude, Xavier McKinney. Thank you, New York Giants, for giving us your safety, who's like 25 years old and maybe the best safety in the NFL right now. Dude is picked off. He has an interception in every game this year.
That's wild, actually.
That is a crazy stat.
Yeah, like I think he's the only player to do that in Packer history now. I don't know about NFL history, but
it's pretty rare in NFL history too. I mean, if he could do that the whole season, I don't think anyone's ever done that.
Yeah, no,
what is the?
He's got 5 picks currently. Kirby Joseph, on the Lions has 3, and nobody else has even 3. So
the record for most in a season is 14, which was set like also 70 years ago. So that's another one.
Wow, yeah.
But yeah, he's
like 70 years ago, and it was 14.
That is pretty insane.
They played like 12 games.
Yeah. But yeah, he's really good. He also had a forced fumble, like insane game from Xavier McKinney. Maybe he's literally like flashes of Charles Woodson from like 2010. Like, he's really good. And then our pass rush was okay. For some reason, they keep holding Rashawn Gary, and it doesn't get called because, whatever. And then it was just honestly, this was a game they had to win, and they barely won it. But you know what? Win's a win. You take it, you move on. Love's knee did look a lot better today. He actually ran for a first down. He was moving around better. So I think they're going to be fine. I think he's going to be fine. So
hang on a second. I'm sorry. This is important. Rob's right. He got 14 picks in 12 games in his rookie season, and his name was Night Train Lane.
And
that's a name.
That is awesome.
I've heard of Night Train Lane. I didn't know that he had that. That's I mean, that's wild. 14 and 12. He might have had a pick in every game. Actually,
he probably did.
Yeah.
That's wild. In his rookie year too.
His rookie year.
Jeez.
So yeah, now with that win, the entire NFC North has a winning record. So that's gonna be fun. Going forward, all those divisional games, it's gonna be the NFC North is essentially the AFC North from last year. So we'll see how that plays out.
It's like one of the stronger divisions in the league this year.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, it's looking good. So then we had Cowboys Steelers.
I don't think there's been a worse game of football. And let me explain. I'm not.
This was the week of the Patriots Dolphins game.
I'm not. So again, let me finish. I'm not talking about the quality of the game necessarily. I'm really more talking about the entire experience as a whole. Because I was forced to wait an extra hour and 40 fucking minutes.
Oh right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I fell asleep on this game actually.
I had to stay
honest.
up till past midnight to watch my team absolutely fucking shit the bed. And this game is so much worse than the score says. Like the score lies. You need not look towards anything else other than the amount of times the Dallas Cowboys punted the ball. One time. They punted one time. They either drove all the way down the field and scored easily, or they drove all the way down the field and then some fluky fucking turnover happened, or like I will give the Steelers one of their turnovers. It was a TJ Watt sack. It was beautiful. It's TJ Watt being TJ, classic, great play, cool. The other ones were just the Cowboys going like, no, you win the game. No, we don't want to. You win. It was just it was such awful fucking football, man. Like this should have been like 34-10 Cowboys or some shit. Like it was bad. But instead it was a game that came down to the literal final play of the game where we just gave up a touchdown and they won. I don't know. The Steelers are like, I think they're done. I think this is not a playoff team. I genuinely think this is not a playoff team. The only concession I'll make is that we're very injured. So like that is one of the problems, but I do not think that is the full story. This team just does not show up against teams they're supposed to beat. Like the Colts aren't very good. They couldn't beat the Colts. This is a heavily injured Cowboys team. The defense was distraught. Like the Cowboys had their whole fucking defensive squad is injured, and we couldn't fucking do anything. Could not run the ball, could not throw the ball, couldn't do fuck all. And then their offense they had no run game leading up to this point. The worst rushing team, not only this year, but in a lot of years, like real bad. We gave 109 yards to that. Like I started Rico Dowdle on my fantasy team because I knew this was going to happen, and motherfucker got me like 20 points because of course that was going to happen. It's genuinely upsetting to see because again, people I think are gonna. I'm all for like finding the positive in the negative and all that, but this was so much negative and it's just so bad. I don't know. I don't know what this team does. I'm back. I'm back in my end of season last year form where I'm like, this team is so mediocre. It only can be mediocre. It's either like the whole Tomlin raises shitty teams to mediocre is so true, but everyone ignores the facts that he takes good teams and make those mediocre as well. Like he is the mediocre king of mid, and we're gonna be stuck like this for fucking ever, man.
Yes. All must be brought to balance.
Join the dark side.
It sucks, man. Like
fire your coach like we did.
He's Mike Tomlin is unfireable. Like I don't even really want to fire him, but like I'm
not gonna do a lot better.
I'm already sick of Arthur Smith.
I mean, who are you gonna get?
Like our offense just is it's shockingly better than it was last year, and it's still dog shit. That should tell you how bad our offense was last year. Like it is genuinely better this year, and it's still so bad. Like it sucks. But yeah, I don't know. This team needs something. I don't want Devontae Adams anymore. By the way, like we're trading for Devontae Adams. It's not going to fix the problem. It's not going to fix the issue. Our O-line is disheveled and broken. Our coaching staff still does not prepare us for games properly. Devontae's not going to fix shit. He's just going to be mad over here too.
Yeah.
What's going on with Russell Wilson, by the way?
I see every week he's like, I'll be ready next week, and he said that this week too. He's like,
I'm coming, guys. Don't worry.
I'll be ready. I don't know. Justin Fields had his like worst game of the season this game, and it still wasn't like that bad. Like he should have had like not Connor Hayward, Cameron Hayward, Hayward's brother, our like fullback. Had a ball, like Justin Fields overthrew it a teeny tiny bit, but he had both hands on the ball, secured the ball to his chest, and then hit the ground, and the ball spooked out when he hit the ground. So that should have been like a
spooked out.
It should have it should have been a 40-yard play, but it was not. And Pickens, by the way, I'll end the rant here, and that we have a Pickens problem. He is being full-blown diva right now. Like he did not they analyzed the tape for this game, and he did not try at all. There was a play where everyone during the game, including me, was like, "Oh, Fields, you overthrew him. Come on, man!" But then you watch the tape back, and it's like Pickens just did not give a fuck and did not try at all.
Have they checked to see if they accidentally gave Pickens Antonio Brown's old locker?
It might be cursed. Yeah, it might be cursed. I don't know. I don't know where this team go. They should, even as bad as they are, they should still beat the Raiders next week. So they won't, because they don't do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But I don't see this as a playoff team anymore. We are. If we do not win out into the bye week, I will have no faith in the playoffs.
What do you think the odds are that Russell Wilson maybe did get a little injured, but isn't really injured?
I think that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, but they're just like they're both allowing each other to save face.
Fields has looked fine. Like he's not looked exceptional, but he's looked fine, and he's looked better than he did in Chicago. So there's no reason I see to bench him yet.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the problem.
Plus, with their O-line, you'd probably rather have more mobility from the quarterback.
This is two back-to-back games where the primary issue was defense and not even offense.
That's true too. And the Cowboys look like the Cowboys.
Yeah, fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah,
they're bad. Dak Prescott is bad. He like crazy 350 yards, 2 touchdowns, but like his 2 interceptions were so bad.
Yeah, that's Cowboys are.
It's like sometimes he lets his little brother play the game. Like,
yeah,
like it's weird.
And then we had Chiefs Saints, which
turned the game off halfway through.
That's. I think the Saints also turned the game off halfway through.
Yeah,
they didn't even show up, man. Like straight up, I thought that I can't believe this team fooled me into thinking they were good again. Like at the beginning of the season, we were like, here comes the Saints. They're gonna suck shit this year. They got all fucked by the cap. They lost a bunch of players. They're gonna be so bad.
Well, see, they managed to be good 2 games in a row.
They had 2 good games in a row, and everyone suddenly forgot that this team is actually terrible. And this tonight proves it. Like this is not a particularly good Chiefs team. It's
Chiefs just have some kind of fucking magic.
I mean, they're 5-0.
Championship DNA.
They're 5-0.
Championship DNA.
Carr
we can deny it.
Game, so the Saints are going to be even worse off now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks because Kamara clearly still has it. Like he's got to get out.
Well, their entire O-line is like destroyed too. So that's true. That's another big thing. Plus, they played Panthers Cowboys, which all right, the first 2 weeks.
The Saints are bad. Chiefs just can't keep getting away with it.
It's like a repeat of last year, man. It's a repeat of last year. Like no one wants to beat the Chiefs. It doesn't make any sense. They're not the team they were when they had Tyreek Hill and they were this offensive juggernaut. They're totally like an okay team.
Do you think
any team should beat them in the playoffs? If there's any playoff team, even a 7 seed, they should be able to beat this Chiefs.
They just
team.
like do the thing where they run out like they're like, here's Juju Smith-Schuster, here's like Jimmy McJim. We don't know, he came off like the practice squad, he's got like 100 yards. Like they just like bring these dudes out. They're like, here's a tight end named like Chris McCringleberry, and he's got like 50 yards and like an insane play. They're like, I don't know, he just showed up.
No,
We found him at the gas station hanging outside the
Yeah.
stadium.
I'll limit this speculation to a very brief interlude here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say out loud, I'm pretty sure the Swift people are visiting the locker rooms of the opponents, maybe dishing out some 6 or 7 figure checks to some key players, saying, like, it'd be real nice if you dropped a couple balls. Let Kelsey look a little better tonight.
Or they wish that was happening and they're just bad.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
This Chiefs team is like, again, they're good, but they're not 5-0 good. So someone's gonna dish them their first loss. I don't know who it's gonna be.
They're 2-3 in my mind.
They really shouldn't even be 5-0. It's just, but you know what?
Championship DNA.
The universe is just
the good teams from the great teams.
Yep. By the way, the Saints look like they're gonna go like 6-7 wins and be mediocre again, and then it's the Saints way.
Probably, yeah. Well, I mean, if Derek Carr, how badly is he?
Couple weeks, probably.
Couple weeks.
Oh yeah, they're fucked, dude.
Almost felt like it didn't matter what the answer. He'll be back
No,
tomorrow.
not really.
All right, that's it. We got stuff to get through here because we're getting late. I gotta go soon. Power rankings. Power rankings. Here we go from the power rankings. Top 5 starting.
Power rankings.
He's
We're
at power ranking
rankings.
tower.
Power ranking
I
tower.
like that.
Rob. Power.
Chief.
Yep. Yep.
A singular chief.
Bear.
Yeah, just one of the Chiefs, not all of them.
I'll say one Viking.
Yep. About.
Osten Extens.
Yep.
Wait, the
Rob?
Vikings successfully invaded England again. Sorry, I wanted to make that joke and I couldn't really,
Good joke, Rob. Next team.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't have the thing up. It's the where is the world as we know? I was gonna say the.
You got the
Panthers, not
Vikings joke at least.
Yep.
I got the Vikings joke in there. Let's give it to the old Ravens.
Yep. Ravens and Bear.
Give me the Commanders.
Nope. Paulo.
No,
I don't care who it is. Now, the Lions still?
It's the Lions.
Yeah, that's fine,
Yeah.
actually.
Vikings, Chiefs,
Okay.
Lions, Texans, Ravens.
It's gotta be Commanders 6, though, right?
It's gotta
I
be.
hope so, man.
We'll see. All right, next they got the thinnest dink. 7 spots. This team has risen.
Oh boy.
7 spots.
Could it
Probably
be
the
Dolphins?
Ravens.
Nope.
And nope.
The
What
Ravens?
about the Rolfins
Ooh.
No.
or the Davins?
What
Oh,
about
hey.
the team we were just talking about?
Oh, the Commanders.
It's the
Seahawks.
Commanders.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
right.
I thought they were in the top 10 already, though.
Oh wait, it's not the Commanders.
What the
Yeah.
hell?
Oh man.
Sorry,
this shit?
it's because I saw Commanders at 6. They are number 6.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
It's the Falcons. I'm just gonna tell you.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
There you go.
they're
They went
good.
from 19
sense,
to
yeah.
12.
Oh, they
But
probably should be. Yeah, all right.
They're not even in the top 10. They look so good. Okay,
They
whatever.
did look really good. Yeah.
yep. The
Yeah, actually, hold on. They have like they're tied for the 6th best record in the league, and they're
that sucks.
They're not even
They're,
the
they're
top
not
10?
top 10. Nope.
Okay.
This team fell 6 spots. Big old fat doink. 12 to 18.
fat doink.
It's got to be Seattle, right?
Oh,
The
Where's
Saints.
Seattle?
Oh.
it is the Chargers.
It is not the Chargers. It is the
Fuck.
49ers.
Oh,
Wow.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
They're so low.
Yeah, they're getting down there. Like, what's going
They're
on?
doinking 'em.
One of the 4 teams.
They might be down in Amish.
They
Sorry.
might. One of the 4 teams that didn't play this week still rose in the rankings. Which team was it?
The Rams maybe because the 49ers
They
got
played
worse?
this week.
They
Oh,
played
they
this
did. Okay,
week.
right.
They
Yeah.
played this week.
The Eagles?
It's the Eagles. They
The
rose 2
Eagles.
spots from 13 to 11, even though the write-up is mostly negative towards them. Good job,
Weird.
Ed at home.
I don't.
In the
I
power
think
rankings?
Ed's just kicking the sauce back, and he's letting the Chat GPT run these.
He might be at this point.
Kicking the sauce back.
Through 6
It's a new
weeks.
phrase. I'm trying it out.
I like it. It's a good,
Thank you,
good
thank
phrase.
you.
Through 6 weeks, which division has had the most movement in the power rankings?
Ooh.
Oh, NFC South.
Nope.
NFC East.
Nope.
Give
No.
me the NFC North.
Nope, it's the NFC West. Everything.
God damn it!
In total, the four teams have moved.
We had the right conference.
Yep. The teams have moved 67 spots in the NFC West combined.
Oh my God.
True or false? The entire NFC North is ranked ahead of the entire NFC West.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
It's probably really close.
I want to say no.
Apollo is correct. It is no. False.
Ah.
The Seahawks are 2 spots ahead of the Bears at 17 and
feeling that was
15.
the
That's
one.
fucking
Yep.
close, dude. That's
It is
really
close.
Very close.
Over the past 5 seasons, which team has been the most consistently mid team?
Oh.
Oh, the Steelers.
The
No.
Bengals?
Nope.
No. I think it's going to be something like the.
Oh, I know. You go, but I think I know.
I think it's the Packers.
Is it the Chargers, Crendor?
It is the Chargers. He's done it.
That's the most mid team of all time, dude.
They are
been
very
ranked-
One and done.
They've been ranked between 11 and 20th 61 times in 97 weeks.
Yeah.
Honorable
That's-
mentions. The Colts at 55, the Steelers at 53, and the Raiders
Yeah.
Vikings at 48.
Ah,
got 2.
that sounds right.
And I got one more for you. It's not on this list.
Oh.
Are the Steelers in the top 10?
No. God, no.
I'm going to say yes.
They shouldn't be.
They
No.
are number 10.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
right.
so the Steelers are ahead of
They're ahead of the Eagles, Falcons, and Cowboys, who they just lost to.
and they're on
They're
a
ahead of-
2-game losing streak.
Yep.
What is Ed?
Ed is smoking the shit that makes you
Have
do the
you-
power rankings wrong.
Yeah, what are you doing, Ed? Edgeman.
Yeah, he's
What's-
Ed says the Steelers are still in decent shape overall, but 2 straight got
Wrong.
away from them losses sting a bit.
Wrong.
Get away from
Get away from us. We lost badly. Wrong. Wrong.
They ran in the opposite direction of the win.
Wrong.
And in that same time frame, the Falcons have done the 2 wins instead of the
Yeah.
2 losses.
This is
That
very
is true. And they were
That's
competitive against the Chiefs. So
Yes, it's very strange.
you would think, but
It's
Nope.
stat fact.
that's the
I don't like
power rankings.
Power
Rankings. Now we have the bonus stats.
Boner
Boner
stats.
stats.
Boner
Here they are.
stats.
Boner stats.
Here we are. We've got the bonus stats. Not panning out. Bear continues to struggle predicting the 49ers in October and is now 12 and 15 in his career.
Oh.
Outside of October, he predicts them
69.
well. 69%, 52 and 23. Nice.
Nice.
King in the castle. Rob is 11 and 4 this season when predicting games featuring a rookie quarterback. Every time he's picked a
Oh.
rookie, they have won 6 and 0.
Damn.
Well, every time I pick him to win.
Every time you pick him to
specifically.
win, yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Apollo
the good luck charm.
is one for all. He's the first to pick every team at least once this season. There are
Hey,
still
good
2
job.
teams he
Oh,
hasn't
good,
picked
good.
against.
I think it's the Niners and the Falcons, but I'm not sure.
Huh.
A favored conference. Through 5 weeks, Crendor has done much better predicting games when the home team is in the AFC. AFC home, 23 and 14. NFC home, 18 and 23.
This is one of those ones where I'm just impressed by his ability to come up with an
Yeah, it's
interesting
pretty.
Yeah, really.
It is pretty crazy. And Randy's game of the week. Randy's 6-0 predicting Falcon Panther Falco games.
You all right?
It's Falco from Smash.
in the home stretch, brother.
Panther games, and everyone else is at or below 50%. So Randy just really strong with Falcons Panthers games.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put a pin in my Falcons Panthers pick this week until after Randy's.
Also, Falcons Panthers play this week.
You really need to put a pin in the Falcon Panthers game there.
what the hell am I going to pick besides what Randy picks if he's
Also-
6-0?
It's
Uh,
true.
Rob, Bear, and Discord all tied in first now with a jumble of Dumb Dog, Crendor, and Randy is way down.
Yeah.
Randy's
Yeah,
below 400.
I think this is our first chart of the season, right?
Yeah.
First time we're seeing it displayed this way. It's a close to your
So-
pick'ems, dude.
Yeah,
it's very close
AC's, AC, then Apollo, then me, and then Randy way down there. So
I'm making up for my dog shit week 1.
I'm doing the opposite. I'm completely collapsing from my very good week 1.
No, I'm gonna have a big week this week though. So I went 7-8. Rob went 9-6. Bear went 8-7. Apollo went 9-6. Randy went 6-9. Nice.
Nice.
Discord 8-7, and Garfield went 9-6. So
man, democracy is falling this year.
That's right.
Yep.
That's been the theme of the show this year.
Yeah.
So now it's time to pick 'em.
Fantasy.
Oh wait, fantasy.
yeah,
That's
fantasy
right.
time.
Man, what a terrible week.
I don't know. It's the only thing that went well for me.
I lost my game.
Yeah, I lost to Apollo.
And it was partially due to cowardice because I didn't put in Baker Mayfield and Darnell Mooney, but also had I put them in, I still would have lost because the guys
Yeah.
scored 162 fucking
Honestly,
points.
doesn't that make you feel a little bit better though, knowing
It
that even
does,
if you
yeah.
make all the right choices, you still lost?
Yeah, I'm happier to see that. It's much more frustrating to know that I could have, especially since I was swapping between Pat Mahomes and Baker Mayfield. Like, oh, should I do it? Come on, Pat
I've absolutely been there.
Mahomes.
Yeah, it was a big week for Torax Saints, 162. It would have been funny if Apollo played him and lost at 154.
I would have been so fucking mad if I lost scoring 154 points, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a fun finish for my game. It ended up being Rashid Shaheed versus Xavier Worthy in the Monday night game, and I was very happy to see that long bomb to Shaheed in the first half. That was a big relief. Got the 4-point dub.
So it's actually pretty crazy in the standings now. We got Master Profits Madmen at 4-1 and 686 points, and then we have
his team is stacked. Have you guys checked? Like,
oh
my
yeah, it's
God,
stacked.
I'm
It's
terrified of that.
insane.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
He made a bunch of moves early on, but he drafted really well too.
So we now have a 7-way tie for second place. Everybody's 3-2, except point differentials obviously mattering. So Apollo is in second now.
I went from last to second.
Yeah,
this is how fantasy works, man.
Yep. And then we've got Rob and Milwaukee Misfits at 2-3.
Yeah.
And then we got Feezus Fullbacks at 1-4, and we've got the Chef Men at 0-5. I actually thought they were gonna win. I checked the scores. I was like, dude, the Chef Men are winning, but then they lost by half a point.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's Andy Dalton with the -1.
Andy Dalton -1. Oh my God, he would have won if he just didn't start a quarterback. That's rough.
That's bad,
man. So yeah, that's your fantasy update of the week. And it's time for pick'ems.
Shout out to our assistant coach of the week, Sriracha Flash, and thanks to all the patrons and the assistant coaches over on patreon.com/3guysandbear.
I got Garfield up there. I gotta swap it. All right, there we go. That's Sriracha Flash. There we go.
Showing off Sriracha Flash's 34-44 record on the season. Has had
not
better
great
days.
Looking like Randy out there.
I've been there. I've been there, brother. I know how it feels.
We all have, except the Paul.
Doing well with the Chargers picks though, 4-0 in those so far. So
yeah,
that's good to watch out for. This week.
Kicking it off with a pretty good game on Thursday with 49ers Seahawks.
Yeah, man, I'm kind of split on this.
I still think I'm taking the Niners. The Seahawks
I
lost
think that's
the Giants.
safe money. I think that's safe, smart money. But I really want to pull the trigger on an upset on this one, which I think would be Seattle.
I think I'm gonna take the
Seahawks. He's gonna take Seahawks. He's going Seahawks.
Oh, I want to, but I'm taking the 49ers.
Okay.
I feel like they have to win. Like,
Rob, if you
they
pick
have to
San
win.
Francisco, I might have to do it. I might just have to pull the fucking trigger, man.
I'm thinking about it too, because I mean it's Seahawks at home. They just lost, but the Niners also just lost.
If the 49ers lose this game,
sketchy, dude, divisional game, anything can happen.
It really is.
This is actually like a big playoff implication game.
split.
It's like if the 49ers lose this, they've lost to every divisional opponent once, which is terrible.
That would be terrible. All right, I'll take the Niners. I think they can come back from their shit.
Man, you forced my hand. All right, God,
yeah.
I feel like I'm taking so many dumb risks.
I mean, I do think the Seahawks are.
This one's too juicy, dude. I can't not do it. I'm going to Seattle.
Let's go.
Jaguars.
Oh, and our assistant coach also went 49ers. Sorry, yeah, that was the one before.
Jaguars, Bears.
I
Folks,
Bears.
I'm going to be locking the Chicago Bears. Here
Wow.
we go, Chicago Bears.
That is a ballsy lock.
I'm
I can
doing
already
the
I
Apollo.
can feel Pixel like digging through the encyclopedia. Has Coach ever locked the Bears? Has this ever happened in the show?
I'm doing the Apollo, where if I lose this lock, I will not care in the slightest, and I'll just laugh that the Bears lost to the Jaguars. So it's really a win-win for me.
I do think I'm going to pick the Bears, but it's a tough one. It's a really hard game to me.
Yeah.
Our AC has selected the Jags.
It's in London, by the way.
Oh, another London.
Yep.
I'm definitely not
Hold on
gonna.
a second. I seem to remember Jaguars London record.
Oh.
No, never mind. 6-5. Nothing to write
Okay.
That's
from
pretty
that
good
goal.
for the Jaguars.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, that's
above
probably
average.
better than the
It's
regular
gonna be
record.
like 2-10 or some shit. Like, they're the team that's been there the most. Probably because they're the team they'd probably moved to London.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The owner, does he still own Manchester or whatever?
I think so.
What are you saying?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna give that one up, Rob. I think he's probably holding out to that ownership.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Bears here.
Yeah. Again, great
Bears.
lock. I'll be happy with either team winning this one. Love it. Buccaneers, Saints,
Bucs.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Derek Carr's dead.
Yep.
Derek Carr's dead, so I'm gonna take the Bucs.
Taysom Hill's also dead, and their offensive
Sriracha
line's dead.
Flash, our assistant coach selecting the Saints, is starting to show me the flashes of that 34-44 record.
Dude, watch. He's gonna be totally right and destroy us.
I know.
maybe.
Yeah, I know.
Might be,
This is
yeah.
a week where the
Never know.
AC goes 13-0 or something.
They're gonna put Alvin Kamara out at QB.
Yeah, I mean that might be fun.
Commanders, Ravens. Yo, this is like
I'm taking the Ravens. I'm not
Yeah,
going
it's the
to get
Ravens here,
fooled
dude.
into any sort of hope whatsoever.
No shot.
But I mean, there is a possibility that this game is really good.
No,
I hope so. I think it might be fun, but like,
it's going to be
1,000% sure the Ravens are gonna
94-3
win.
Ravens. I must be sad, Rob.
Yeah, it's a Ravens sweep. Sriracha went Ravens.
I'm gonna go Commanders.
Oh shit! Let's go.
Yeah.
That's fun. I
Why
like
not? I'm gonna
Sorry,
do it.
They could.
You got to stop
They
picking
could.
against my misery, Krendor. Don't you understand? It's the most powerful thing in Pick'em history.
Well, we'll find out if it is. It probably is. Cardinals, Packers. I'm taking
You
Packers.
got like the AC's pick here, Coach. They got the Packers lock against the Cards
damn.
this week.
Wow.
They might be a Packer fan if they pick against the Bears. They like the Packers, to be honest.
I am going to select the Cardinals.
Yeah, do it because I'm also going to do that.
Oh, all right.
I'll take the Packers.
They fooled me again. They tricked me the first time. They're going to trick me again.
I was going to mention, I think this might be the team that has sold me on them the most before letting me down, and I just keep letting them come back in. I just keep opening my heart
same.
back up.
I need to go back to that. I'm never picking the Cardinals. I need to do that to myself just to save me from picks like
I
these.
think we might have talked me out of it just now. It's real close. No, I have to pick them because I have to cheer for my fantasy quarterback. I can't go against him in pick'ems and also be cheering for his success.
Who did they beat? They beat the Rams and the Niners.
Yep.
And they lost to the Lions, the Commanders, and the Bills.
3 really good teams.
3 great teams.
Yeah.
Those are 3 good teams.
And they beat
Those
the
are 3
Niners.
good teams.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, the Niners aren't looking very good.
Yeah.
So,
Ew, this next game is ew.
Colts, Titans. Yep.
I don't know, man. Just
Oh no! You know what? It's Elite Dragon.
It's
time.
Elite Dragon. Yeah, no, without a doubt.
I'm gonna take the Colts just because I don't trust the Titans are so
I agree.
bad.
I'm going Colts because of that
This is
too.
a Colts sweep due to the Titans' awfulness.
Yeah.
That's,
They're
wow,
so
that's
Titans
bad,
are just
man.
not good.
And even
yeah.
their defense is good. It's just their offense is so bad. Like it's so bad.
Yeah.
Texans, Patriots.
Gotta be Texans.
Texans. Yeah,
Actually, lock the Texans.
Yep.
For right
Sure.
now.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Texans.
Yeah.
It's a sweep.
Although Drake May's playing this. Ooh.
Drake May is playing. Drake.
Cool.
He's Drake May.
Who's he throwing to?
Yeah.
Himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Browns, Eagles.
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 Eagle.
Eagles.
That's sweep.
Yep.
AC
That's what
picked
they do.
Eagles.
They say caca.
Chargers, Broncos.
They do now.
Give me the Broncos.
Bronco. What's with the Charger? No, Herbert's probably better. Well, he's got that high ankle sprain. I don't know.
I'm gonna go
I'll look 'em
Chargers.
up.
I think I think they'll have a game.
Justinian Herbert.
If Herbert's back and normal, I would pick the Chargers.
Yeah,
Straight up
they're
banking on
getting
the
off the bye week.
success of our AC picking Chargers games. He's 4-0.
I think the Broncos are not.
Yeah,
I
I'm
they're
picking the
good,
Chargers.
but I think the Chargers are gonna. I think they're. I don't know.
I am picking the Chargers.
Yeah.
I
Let me
think
down,
Justin Herbert is like he's gonna play.
Oh, he'll play. Yeah, he will.
Yeah. No, I'll take the Chargers.
All right.
Steelers, Raiders.
Fuck off. Yeah.
I'm taking the Steelers.
Well, a top 10 team against like a bottom 3 team. Ooh, wow. It should be so easy, right?
Should be.
Yeah, I'm
Should
taking
be.
Steelers.
I'm like, I want to save my pick'ems. So like, I'm going to take the Steelers because this would be stupid to pick the Raiders. But like, let it be known that spiritually I'm picking the Raiders.
All right.
Like, I'm picking the Steelers statistically, but spiritually I know who's going to win this game.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the
Yeah.
Raiders.
I can't pick the Raiders.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
there's no way.
There's no way.
Steelers sweep.
Oh, there's a way. There's a way, brother.
Falcons, Panthers.
Falcons.
I'll
I'm
be
waiting.
taking
I'm
the
Yeah.
not
Atlanta
lying, dude. I'm waiting until
Falcons.
Randy picks. I'm waiting until
Oh,
Randy picks. on
that's
this
you
one.
know.
Yeah.
I'm going
Falcons.
with Magic.
I'm going to lock the Atlanta
Yeah,
Falcons.
there it is.
Oh, Randy! I can't wait for
Randy's
Randy
gonna have
now.
some fun with this.
Lions,
need to-
Cowboys.
Lions.
Lions.
Yeah, like
Yep.
the Lions. here.
Lions.
Lions.
Off
yeah.
a bye week, one of the most fun teams in football.
Yeah.
I'll take the Lions.
Yeah.
Lions sweep with the AC pick too. Lots of
Yep.
sweeps at the second half of this.
Yeah.
Bengals.
We're gonna be totally wrong.
Yeah, big
Probably.
time.
Bengals, Giants.
Bengals.
Gotta be the
Bengals.
Bengals, dude. If they
Yep.
lose this game, I think their season actually might be over.
It actually
Yeah,
will
I
be,
mean,
I think.
It's already pretty over.
It's
It
getting
kind of
there.
is over, honestly.
It's pretty bad.
I mean,
Another sweep here. Nobody wants to go Giants.
I'm,
No,
I'm
God.
thinking about it right now. They did just win.
They
just
sure
won.
did.
They just
Please,
need a good team.
God, Malik Neighbors come out of concussion protocol so I can get 40 million fantasy points with you this week.
Yep.
Mhm.
And they beat the Seahawks. They're not.
Do it,
they're
Rob.
not bad. Hold on. Who did they beat? Oh, they beat the Browns and the Seahawks. Okay.
Yep.
They lost to the Vikings, Commanders, and Cowboys.
Robert,
Yeah.
Alpaca Patrol, Rich and Telly currently tied for first place. Pick'ems. You gotta make this. You gotta
I
make
can't
this.
do
Make
it.
the choice,
I can't
make the
do
choice.
It. It's
Oh,
Bengals.
make the pick.
Bengals.
All right, there
It's
it is.
Bengals.
Bills,
coward.
Jets.
Bills.
Bills.
Bills. Yeah.
Wait, coach firing power though.
Coach firing power.
And actually, Bills being kind of shitty power.
You know what? I'm going to go New York Jets.
Okay, there we go.
I actually think I'm gonna go Jets too, even though I'm very negative on the Jets, and I actually really don't know what's going on with the coaching situation, and I have a very mixed
I'm
feeling.
taking the Bills. That's crazy. I'm taking the
That's
Bills.
crazy.
That's crazy.
That's a
Assistant
fun
coach
week.
is taking the Bills as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Randy.
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 He's picked
Randy.
the Seahawks.
Okay.
He's picked the Jaguars.
Wow.
He's picked
Randy.
the Saints.
Randy.
Okay,
no!
Randy.
He's picked the Ravens.
Okay.
He's picked the Packers.
Boo.
He's picked the Colts. He's
Okay.
picked the Patriots.
Randy.
Randy.
Oh,
Don't
boy.
pick the Browns.
He
The
Randy.
fucking
Eagles. He
countered
picked
me.
the Eagles. He
Okay.
picked the
All
Eagles.
right, all right.
He picked the Chargers. He picked the Raiders.
All right, here we
Oh,
go, Randy.
picked-
What is it? What is it?
The Panthers.
Oh
He's
my
picked-
god.
Panthers, baby. Let's go.
The
Okay, 3
Lions.
points.
The Bengals. and the Jets. And
All right,
Randy.
you know what? Just purely for the content, lock the
He's-
fucking Panthers, dude.
Randy has locked the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's locked against
Oh
me.
Oh my god.
He locked
Oh,
against
no.
me. Is that good or
Oh,
bad?
no,
I don't
you-
remember.
I think it's bad.
I think it's bad.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
God.
bad omen.
Honestly,
that's a
that's
bad
good
omen.
because then the Bears will lose and I'll be happy. So that's fine. I'm going to keep my lock. So
Bear
you.
has locked the Panthers. That might be a record. Pixel Haven, I'm sure, will look into this. I don't think anyone's ever locked the Panthers.
That's gonna be a
If-
fun one. I know it's a bad idea, but it's gonna be very fun.
yeah, that's a thing. Well, thanks for listening, watching, everybody. Make sure to Patreon. There's all our patrons. Thank you for being patrons.
Thank you,
Very cool. Thank you
patrons.
very much. And we'll see you next week for football. Bye-bye.